10 years. 10 whole years of sucking. That did not come out right. April 28, 2025 will mark the 10-year anniversary of where it all started. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are saying, Sonic, didn't you make KK in a wheelchair all the way back in 2019? You doofus? And to that I say, I apologize for giving you guys this voice for some reason. It sounds very irritated. While yes, in 2019, the Kotal Kahn video may have been the instigator for why I became a Mortal Kombat YouTuber, and why there's a lot more sexy reptile artworks online for some reason. That actually is not the first Mortal Kombat video that I uploaded onto the channel. The very first Mortal Kombat series I made was the Mortal Kombat X Sucks series back in 2015. So today, I thought it'd be fun to look back and see what the heck was up with my brain back 10 years ago. Like, how did I come up with this entire crazy series? And how that stuff eventually evolved into this stuff. But before I get started, I have a very special surprise to get some of you OG fans hyped up. Ta-da! It's me, OG SonicHaXD. Can you believe this is what I used to wear back like just a couple years ago? I was wearing this when I reviewed the 2021 movie, but I was actually wearing this all the way back like in 2015 too. I remember I wore this whole entire cosplay because I wanted to hide my identity because I was a shy boy, but holy crap, how did I wear this in like 100 degrees Fahrenheit? Like, it is super hot right now. And I wore this for like hours sometimes for my videos. Okay, enough nostalgia. There is no way I'm going to be wearing this for the entire video. Okay, you know what? I'll be nice and I will wear half of it, okay? I'll be wearing half of it. This is a celebration of my classic design and my modern design together, okay? I'm 15 and I'm very deep. Alright, with that out of the way, let's just get right into some Mortal Kombat X Sucks, baby! Now first up, some prologue that I can mention. This video series, I have really no idea why I started it. I was already into the Mortal Kombat stuff back in the day, but I guess I just thought when I went through Mortal Kombat X's story mode, I was like, there are some funny contradictions going on here. My little like YouTuber essay brain started to like tingle, and so I thought, let me point out some funny contradictions that I found in the story mode. And I guess that's how it started, really. Alright, let's check out this first video. I have not seen these videos in a very long time, so I might even be surprised at what the heck I've done myself. Starting off, we have the Mortal Kombat X Kotal Kahn Sucks video. Oh, what the heck was wrong with me? I didn't capitalize sucks. It's big S and everything else is small. Man, you know I was humble beginnings when I actually was humble enough to not capitalize every single one of my words there. And as you can see here in the description, April 28th, 2015. So 10 years of this, baby. Major spoilers! Spoiler alert! Yeah, I hated spoilers back in the day, so I warned everybody, like, guys, don't click on the video unless if you play Mortal Kombat X. Please, play the story mode before watching this video. You've been warned. I'm just gonna look at my cute description that I wrote here. This is my first episode of my stupid Blank Suck series. I just think some of the characters look and act really cool, but just plain out suck in the story mode. Remember, this is all just a parody, so don't need to take this that serious. XD. Look how nice that was back in the day. Nowadays, I just be like, I'm sorry, you like this character? Fuck him. But yeah, let's just get right into it. And here we go.
Kotal Kahn is the ruler of Outworld. Pretty much the Shah Kahn of this game.
Shah
Let's
Kahn.
start talking about this great king. In chapter 2 you...
But I really had a dry sense of humor back in the day. I just got right into the point. One thing I'd like to kind of mention is I have no idea. Okay, so a lot of people, I've gotten this comment many times. A lot of people have asked me, hey, Sonic, why do you use text-to-speech audio when you make your Suck series? And to answer that question, it's because all the way back in 2015, that's what I did. Now, why did I do it back in 2015? I have no clue. I have absolutely no idea what my brain was thinking 10 years ago. I really do not know. The only hint that I might know something is up is that maybe I did it for an ironic reasoning. Maybe I thought, oh, this is the royalty-free era and what they do and stuff. Because, like, I used text-to-speech, but then I also used Kevin MacLeod royalty-free music. So part of me feels like this might be for some sort of ironic reasoning as to why I've done this. But yeah, if you guys want to know the origin stories, there you go. The answer is I don't know. Anyways, what's up, Kotal Kahn? What are you doing?
And beat the crap out of Mileena and her gang.
Yay.
Okay, not bad. But here's where
Not
things
bad.
start to get interesting. In chapter 4 our main heroes get captured and are about to get executed by Kotal
You may
Kahn.
carry out your sentence.
However, Kunjin demands
Kotal Kahn.
judgment by
The
combat.
outworld law. I claim the right of defense. By combat.
Kotal
Did I just say
Kahn
judgment by
agrees and takes him
combat?
on. And with the
Did they ever say that in the
biggest twist
game?
story,
What was wrong with me?
Kunjin defeats Kotal Kahn.
Kungin? Oh yeah, I remember. You know, even till now, I still find this to be such a controversial thing that happens in Mortal Kombat X. Like, Kung Jin defeats the Khan of Outworld. Kung Jin! Like, okay, I get you're trying to emphasize, like, to make a character strong and woo and stuff like that, but still, that blows my mind. Even back in 2015, I kind of show the example why this blows my mind, and you know, I'll just keep playing.
Wait, what? You're telling me the ruler of Outworld is defeated by a team? Okay, now let's see how many times was Kanjin defeated in the story to see who else is better
Kanjin.
than Kotal Kahn. Sub-Zero shows him who's boss. Dvoral stabs him, and he goes down.
Dvoral,
Aaron Black defeats Kungin, and if it weren't for Takeda he would be dead.
Kungin.
Ermac defeats him too. So that pretty much means these guys are stronger than Kotal Kahn.
And as you can see here, this is a thing I really like doing back in the day, is to be like, okay, if this guy lost to this guy, wouldn't that mean that this guy is also weaker to all these other characters too? This has always been a really funny way of putting it. It's like, yeah, because Kunjin was defeated by these guys, so technically speaking, these guys would be stronger than the Khan of Outworld. And this joke gets taken to an extreme on the final episode, and you'll see what I mean if you haven't seen that yet. But I like this, like, fighting skill comparison joke that I did back in the day.
Oh, we ain't done yet.
Oh, we ain't done
so
yet.
after KK gets defeated, he agrees to work.
I got tired of saying his full name. That's why I keep calling him KK. Cause saying Kotal Kahn was too tiring. Well, I never knew about that. That's, you know what? SonicHaXD lore that even I didn't know about.
After they beat Mileena and get the amulet, the teens decide to bring the amulet back to Earthrealm and call it a GG. But our Grand Emperor captures them and said he
Call it a
doesn't trust
GG.
them to hold on to the amulet. You got beat up by them and you're saying they'll have worse security than you do. Oh, guess what? Dvoral betrays you and takes the amulet to Quan Chi GGWPKK. Your stupidity is what keeps the story in progress. So
I quite like that.
what does KK do after knowing this?
Prepare the legions. We go to Earthrealm. We will wrest back the amulet from that devil Raiden.
I'm staring to think Shao Kahn was a better ruler than you are.
I'm staring to think. So, like, back in the day, I didn't do a lot of careful tinkering with the text-to-speech audio. I was like, whatever they say, I'm just gonna keep it. So, Kunjin, staring, and Dvoral, it's like, I just kept it. You know, nowadays people still think like when I say Lin Kui or like Sindel is funny, but like I actually just did not give a shit about that. I just let the text-to-speech do its own thing, which inherently actually made it for some pretty funny pronunciations, and I just kind of kept it in the video. It kind of adds to it, in my opinion.
KK and his army. VS.
I actually have to be a little careful here because I know the Mortal Kombat theme song is copyright claimable. I don't know how I got away with this back in 2015, but nowadays, like, I gotta be careful playing this.
14s. KK and his army. 14s.
14s.
KK and
KK and his army.
14s. And they aren't even winning. So after you play
They aren't
Jackie
even
and beat
winning.
up everyone, including KK, Jackie tells KK the situation.
Say my name,
Free.
bitch.
He's at Raiden's Sky Temple. He's already infected Earthrealm's life force.
And how does KK respond?
Earthrealm is lost.
Not if we hang together.
I will appease Shinnok. Bring him your heads. Gain time to bolster Outworld's defenses.
You need to help us, Kotal Kahn.
It is too late for Earthrealm. Shinnok is now its master.
What an amazing character.
What you looking for? Looking for pussy, nigga.
They get surrounded.
What the fuck was that? Okay, guys, I want to emphasize the P word, not the N word. Okay, please keep that in mind.
Just beat them all.
Nay, bitch.
Sub-Zero comes to save the day. The teens escape to save the world and we don't know what happens to KK after that. Probably getting his ass whipped considering that Sub-Zero kicked the teens butt and KK plus his army couldn't do jack shit to them. In the arcade mode, if you get Raiden's ending, he will go to Outworld and beat up KK.
Oh, I
to
even read the
prevent him
arcade
from
mode
harming
ending here.
Earthrealm. But if you get KK's ending, he still gets beat up by Raiden, even after defeating Shinnok. He may look like a badass, but play the story mode and you will find out he's a bad asshole.
Padum ding! Hey, this is where Choze piano also started too. Wow, even my credit song started from 2015. Damn. Who else sucks? I forgot. Isn't that like the kind of the tagline of Mortal Kombat X2? Do you have an after credit? I do have an after credit scene, guys. Get ready. Merry-go-round.
You tell him?
Not yet. You trash?
You trash. I just think it's really funny how he just pulls him, and that's it. That's the amazing. But not like pull him over and punch him. No, just burn him out the Jackie. Wow, this is such a wholesome memory that I used to make back in the day. Really going back to memory lane here. That was fun. That was literally where it all started. I actually forgot some of the origins of some of my jokes. I didn't even remember that this is where my credit song came from. Please do not emphasize on the fact that I almost said the N-word. Please, no. It's 2015, guys. This is a joke. It's just a joke. Next up, we've got Mortal Kombat X. Mileena sucks. If memory serves me correctly, I think this is the worst video I've ever made. Like, that's all I kind of remember about this video. I was just not very proud of it, and reasons I will get into once I start playing the video. Let me see what I wrote in the description here. Mileena. Wait, I spelled Mileena wrong. I'm sorry. Wait, I spelled Mileena. What? Huh? What is wrong with me? What did I? You know, the funniest thing is I spelled Mileena wrong. I don't think anyone corrected me. In fact, this video has been up for it has 300,000 views. Nobody gave a shit about the fact that I spelled Mileena wrong. I didn't even spell it the other way of spelling Mileena. Like, you know what? Off to a good start. Mileena is a fan favorite because of her good skills, and she's mobile and jeez, even back. Episode 2 of my Blank Suck series. Got a lot of good response from you guys on the last one, so I'm really excited to give y'all all more. Teehee! I'm very cute.
Mileena is a fan favorite as long as she keeps the mask on. But don't worry, they fixed that in MKX. Ish.
Oh yeah, I think back in the day, I was not the biggest fan of Mileena getting lips. Back then I was like, okay, like, come on. The only reason they gave her lips is so that she can kiss people, and people have the fantasy of making out with Mileena. And also, literally, in the story mode, she kisses somebody, so haha. But nowadays, I don't know, I think it is still, like, an interesting, unique take for Mileena, and, you know, I kind of appreciate it a bit more, like, nowadays.
The story wants to take over Kotal Kahn place and be the new ruler of Outworld. Like her daddy. So in chapter 2, we see Mileena and her gang
like her daddy.
They fail. In chapter 6 we cut to 5 years ago where she tried to do the same thing. She failed back then too. Later Dvoral and Cassie go and do a sneak attack on Mileena. Mileena fights Dvoral. She fails again. Then she gets executed.
Unfortunate.
The end. Seriously? Mileena, a fan favorite, can't succeed at anything in this story and now she's dead. Great job making Mileena suck developers.
Developers? What? I personally thought that this was the weakest Mortal Kombat Sucks video I made myself because I just kind of summarized the story without adding much. I was like, oh, this is what happens. She failed 3 times and dies. Wow, that sucks. The end. Bye. And I don't know. I feel like I could have done way more interesting things, had way more fun, like editing and making jokes. But yeah, overall, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't really proud of this video. But hey, it was only 50 seconds. Wow, a 50-second video. Like, can you think of that nowadays? There's no way I would accept just a 50-second video. But yeah, I don't hate this video as much as I used to, but it's definitely still the weakest one in my opinion. I also have an after credits scene, so let's check that out. Arcade mode ending parody.
My sister, how let us. You will help me regain my throne. I was born to rule. I'm pretty. I will never give up trust. Let's see how is it
They quickly realized that
those
there were so
who
many
are against
fierce
me.
warriors.
Mr. Snake, you're
Yeah, so the joke is, because there's so many Mileenas in the arcade ending, I just compiled a bunch of her Mortal Kombat X like intro dialogues of her talking to herself and just like mishmash them into the arcade ending, so it's like 100 of them talking to each other. That's basically the joke. I don't really know if that landed for you guys, but there you go. I will say my favorite thing from this video is still the fact that I spelt Mileena wrong! And nobody corrected me about it! Next up, we've got Kano sucks. And luckily, I didn't spell Kano wrong. What's in my description? Kano looks really good in this game. Maybe a little too good. The third episode of my blank series. I think I may have gone a little too far with the sexy Kano joke. Hey, you know what? Gender equality. I talked about Mileena's boobies, and now I'm gonna talk about Kano's other round things. I'm not sure where I'm going with this joke. But while we're on this topic, don't you guys think the females in MK9 look too... Wait, what? Okay, and while we're on this topic, don't you guys think the females in MK9 look too sexy and the males in MK look too sexy? Conspiracy? What was I on? You know what? Little me with my little brain was onto something, guys. Did this quote age like fine wine? I don't know. Alright, the way, let's get into Kano.
Kano's new look in this game is radical. I mean, damn. He looks sexy.
I do not know why I had a thing for Kano back in the day. I think back then I was like, I had no interest in this character Kano. Whoa, he looks so cool in this new Mortal Kombat X game. This new design looks way more badass. And then so I went with the sexy angle for this character. Okay, dude.
But suddenly Kano pulls his knife out and starts stabbing Kotal Kahn. This is how Kano wanted it to go. This is how it actually went down.
I just show the entire leg.
After that, Kano runs away. In chapter...
The real-time cutscenes back in the day. Oh yeah, Kano runs away, and how does he run away? We have no idea. Oh, I'm sorry, Kano runs away.
Chapter 5, Sonya finds out Kano infiltrated their base. Kano says he's willing to tell them where the amulet is for his freedom. Sonya really doesn't care about the fate of the world and starts kicking his ass. After almost choking him to death, Johnny tells Sonya to stop and they get the info from Kano. That's it. No, really, I'm done. There is nothing else he contributes to the story whatsoever.
Yeah, Kano really sucks in Mortal Kombat X in terms of the story. Like, he literally shows up for 2 fights, and then he's gone. Like, they captured him. It's just like, we do not need this character anymore in the story. He is irrelevant. Bye-bye! You fight, betray KK, then you show up in the Special Forces base and get defeated. You're done. Bye-bye! Yeah, as much as I do find him to be a pathetic jobber in, like, almost every game, at least he's a pathetic jobber that sticks around. He only gets 2 fights in this entire game, and then he's just gone. So this is a kind of a special kind of suck.
I don't know what else I can do now.
Oh, I know where this is going.
FK it, I'm out of ideas. Enjoy.
So I'm gonna have to not, unfortunately, play the audio. But basically, it's the Feel the Rain on My Skin song being played right now. Oh, look at this! Oh, look at these, like, shy, strength, muscle, dirty, ooh, cosplay kawaii! The man who wants to rip your heart out.
What an adventure. And what?
I don't know why. I used to really like JonTron, so I kept using clips of him, I guess. I actually did bring this joke back in my Mortal Kombat 11 Kano video, so I'm very happy this is where it started, basically. That alone was my favorite part of the video, just the sexy Kano montage and all the freaking stupid dating words that pop up on screen, yeah. I actually do not remember what my after credit scene is here. Oh no, SonicHaXD, don't do it. Let me guess, JonTron. I'm gonna guess JonTron. Predictable! And next up, we've got the Quan Chi sucks video. First off, this video is 4 minutes again. Thank goodness we're not watching a short video at least. I'm pretty proud of this one, I think, from what I recall. Yeah, actually looking at the views, I think this is like the most successful one that I've made. I remember having some pretty good jokes and editing shenanigans in this one, and I believe there is one specific joke that aged very well, and it's still brought up to my channel till this day. Let me see my awesome description here. Quan Chi is probably the most unfortunate character in this game. Really, everything bad happens to him. Not too sure if I should laugh or feel bad for him, and I spelled 2 wrong. My 4th episode, yay! Put a lot more effort into this one, and going to put a ton more in my final. Hope ya all liked it, XD. Very cute. Here we go. Quan Chi sucks.
Quan Chi is a character that nobody really cares about. Until MKX made him look like the final boss of this game. Good job, developers.
I did actually like Quan Chi's new design in this game.
The good guys with his undead army. Pretty cool.
pretty cool.
Later Johnny and Sonya go after Quan Chi to stop him from doing more evil. Sonya beats up all the undead people and takes on Quan Chi. She of course beats him up, but that's not the worst part
scene.
for Quan Chi. Watch this.
Watch this. I even had sound effects here.
This goes on for a while.
This goes on for a while.
This is what happens at the end.
Like the worst beatdown in all Mortal Kombat history.
Pull it on each other, and you good to
I just
go.
went for a cooking video.
Now we know where Cassie's X-ray move came from. In Chapter 8 we
I
cut to
learned it from
20
her mom
years
instead of
later
the
where
dad.
Quan Chi and his undead army are going to receive the amulet to bring back Shinnok. He fights the good guys and gets hurt by falling off a horse. Thus he must be protected like a pregnant woman crossing the street
Pregnant instead of a
because he
pregnant.
fell off a horse.
They're all like, be careful, Quan Chi.
You fell off a horse. You got kicked in
You
the
fell off
balls
a
for
horse.
crying out loud, and you get weaker by
Load.
falling off a horse. Jack sneaks.
Oh man, my meme humor back in the day. What did I write there? Notice how I try to make it look more serious by putting this picture here? Nope, he still sucks. Okay, so this quote, he got weaker by falling off a horse, actually became a meme on my channel. And I still see till this day when people say, guys, Quan Chi sucks in Mortal Kombat 11, in Mortal Kombat 1. Why? Because he fell off a horse. Like, it's still being brought up to this day. But it's really funny if you think about it. From a canonical, what the game is trying to do, from a lore perspective, Quan Chi has gotten weaker in the Nether Realm because of, I actually forgot the specific reasonings. And that's why he's like in this weakened state. Oh, is he able to revive Shinnok? But in the context of the scene, he's all fine and dandy and like ready to go on a mission, but literally the moment he falls off the horse is like, oh, I've been weakened. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't do anything. Oh my goodness. I need protection. It's like, that's what the scene looks like. So yes, I'm gonna call out the fact that he got weaker by falling off a horse. When like 99% of what happens to other combatants throughout the series is a much more worse thing, and they just get back up and are completely fine. But no, Quan Chi, no, he can't handle that. He got weaker by falling off the horse. Yeah, so let's keep on going. Understand girl logic and what the heck is this mean? Best babe, best wife for Quan Chi, am I right?
Jack sneaks up and fights them.
Well, no, really sneaking up. Man, my English was terrible back in the day. Like, I'm really showing my Asian side in these like subtitles. Like, goodness gracious.
After defeating the undead fighters, it is time for the 1v1 Jax vs Quan Chi.
Quan Chi.
This should be interesting because they both bring it, or just punch him and end it. That works too. Maybe it's because he fell off a horse that made him lose. Quan Chi is then captured and brought to Earthrealm. In Chapter 9, Scorpion shows up and says he wants to kill Quan Chi for vengeance.
Okay, I have to bring this up. I did write vengeance in the text-to-speech, but the robot says vengeance. When he says vengeance in the text-to-speech bot, I thought that was so funny, I kept it. That's why you hear it here. That's why he says he's here to seek vengeance. Is because of an error. This is what I mean by like, I did not give a shit about what the text-to-speech robot says. I just let it play out for humor's sake. Vengeance.
He can't because they need Quan Chi alive to bring back the undead army.
This is such a dumb thing that Hanzo does, in my opinion.
Scorpion thinks Kitana looks better when in her undead form and says FKU, I ain't letting you take that beautiful scenery away.
Beautiful scenery!
Scorpion then beats up everyone and takes off Quan Chi's head. Oh wait. There is still something else.
Oh,
the
okay.
Horror shows up through a portal and throws the amulet to Quan Chi. On Quan Chi's dying breath he releases Shinnok from the amulet.
Why am I so...
Shinnok then praises
Pause for a second. Why am I so inconsistent with saying Quan Chi and Quan Chi? I'm pretty sure I wrote Quan Chi every single time, but when the text-to-speech wants to say Quan Chi or Quan Chi, it's up to him. It's like, today I'm gonna say Quan Chi, tomorrow I'm gonna say Quan Chi. You can't control me, bitch.
This is Quan Chi.
He was wise to restore me in Earthrealm, behind their defenses.
Quan Chi deceived them, allowed himself.
Very smart play, Quan Chi.
But Devoral came through a portal to Earthrealm like it was nothing. Couldn't Quan Chi just release Shinnok in the Nether Realm, and then just walk through the portal behind the Earthrealm's defensives? You know what I think?
Yeah, honestly, I think that makes a lot more sense.
I think Shinnok is just trying to make Quan Chi not look that bad.
Aw, what a homie.
What a man. Now everyone will think Quan Chi is sorta useful. Well, Shinnok only told this to Devoral, so everyone else still thinks he sucks.
They still think
and
you
that
suck
he got
dog.
Hurt by falling off a hole. I feel really bad for Quan Chi. It felt like he was a very important part of the story, yet he couldn't protect himself at all. You make him look like this.
The MKX guys keep on doing is
Maximilian dude here.
They are adjusting things just enough to make it look really damn cool and to actually captivate my interest.
Yet he plays out like this.
Step on his ball.
Although Quan Chi sucks, I will admit his arcade ending is pretty cool.
Ah,
he
okay,
turns
it's a cool
into
arcade ending.
Haha.
I like how I said he turns into Kratos, despite never playing a God of War game. Okay, I know what the after credit scene for this one is because, and it's related to the horses. Can I play this audio?
Ouch.
I regret nothing.
Nothing!
You know, I wasn't actually expecting to see my dog Samson in this video, so that was kind of nice. I love how the gasp and like the ouch are just both from My Little Pony. I think I had to look up a bunch of My Little Pony clips to be like, put them in the scene. And I promise you, no, I actually haven't seen one episode, but no, I was gonna say I've never seen this show. I think it's really funny that I gave Quan Chi Fluttershy's voice. You know, honestly, I actually completely forgot that I recorded my dog there, so that was actually very cute. And now we are off to the finale, the Shinnok Sucks video. Ooh boy. From what I recall, this is the best one, I think, personally, that I've made. Like, this is like the culmination of like everything, what I'm trying to build up to. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, back when I was making this series, I didn't know how successful it was going to be, so I only planned to make 4. But then I actually got some pretty decent views, and then I was like, okay, you know what, because I was releasing them weekly. I then took 2 weeks to make this finale video. Yeah, I think I remember having some pretty good jokes in this one. I didn't mention this throughout my videos, but like the thumbnails, I had quite a lot of fun making them. For the most part, they're just silly faces. Kano is literally just showing his pecs. Quan Chi one has I forgot her name, Pinkie Pie, in the thumbnail just because of the after credit scene. And I think I'm most proud of this Shinnok one because I felt like I put the most effort into this thumbnail, and it's just the Doge meme, like back in the day. Let's see our amazing description here. Shinnok is the final boss of this game. He is the ultimate OP being, and he's defeated by a teenage girl. Why? Final episode. It took me forever to make this, since the whole thing all leads up to this. This was such a fun series to make. Writing down all the notes and thinking of the whole thing over and over again made me all the more excited to make this. I might do something like this in the future, but for now, I'm just going to faint on my keyboard now. Hee hee. Wow. All the way back in 2015, I never knew that I was gonna make this into a franchise series. I just said, I might do something like this in the future. You know, I might make more. Who knows? And look at us. Look at us. Alright. Final episode. Here we go.
Hello. Welcome to my final episode of the Blind Sucks series. If you haven't seen
I brought this back
episodes, I recommend you guys
in the
go
Chronica
check
episode,
them
I
out before
think.
watching
This intro.
episode.
You gotta watch the previous 4 episodes before this one, because the previous 4 episodes, you can watch them all out of order. It doesn't matter. I'm just talking about the characters. Who cares? But the Shinnok episode, this is the finale. Not just for my video series, but for the Mortal Kombat X in general, because he's the final boss. He's the ending of the story. So that's why I'm like, just watch the previous episodes before this one. You can watch them in any order you want, but this one, watch it for last.
Now then, let's get right into Ass-Face. Shinnok is the final
Ass-Face!
boss of this game. He looks like he can wreck you no matter if you're female or male. Or Dvoral. He may think twice about Dvoral though.
You know what? 2015 was such a different time. You can just say that and get away with it. Female or male or Dvoral. Okay. Okay, 2015 SonicHaXD, very cool. Wait, what was that? I saw a little image. Challenge considered, and I'm gonna guess challenge accepted. Challenge denied! Wow, look at that! Look at that! I wasn't that much of a freak back in the day. Oh, that's something that evolves into me, I see.
Alright, I'm pretty sure you guys know where I'm going with this. And that's Cassie Cage defeats Shinnok. I have no problems with a hot cursing teenage girl who likes taking selfies with her jawless daddy. What I do have a problem with is how does a hot cursing teenage girl who likes taking selfies with her jawless daddy defeat an immortal god? Now then.
I'm pretty proud of that one. Hot cursing teenage girl who likes taking jawless selfies with her dad. I don't know why I'm kind of proud of that joke.
Let's see who else defeats Cassie to see who else is stronger than Shinnok.
Oh, this part I'm quite proud of. All the way back in my Kotal Kahn sucks video, I brought up because these guys defeat Quan Chi, that's why these 4 characters are stronger than Kotal Kahn. That was the appetizer. Enjoy this montage.
Sub-Zero defeats the team of teens. Scorpion defeats Sub-Zero. Scorpion and Sub-Zero get defeated by Johnny and Sona 20 years ago. However, Scorpion defeats them both in the present once, so we will count them as a tie.
Okay.
Cassie gets faced punched by Tanya.
Falcon
Tanya loses
punch.
to Devoral. OMG KK beats Tanya. Great. Now I have to put this asshole in the list too.
Wait, let me go. I censored asshole out of everything. Not the R word, no, but the A word. Now that was more sensitive. That was more insensitive. I gotta censor ass, guys. Oh, can't let the kids hear that. On the other hand, no, that's completely fine.
Kungin wins KK.
Kungin!
Somehow. Aaron Black had Kungin at gunpoint. Ermac wins Kungin. Takeda wins Ermac and Aaron Black. Farator defeats Cassie. Sorta. Jackie wins Farator. Katana defeats Kungin. Takeda and Jackie.
No.
Jax beats Katana.
No.
Jax stabs Johnny here. Since this is starting to feel like a troll list, we'll count that as 1-2. And last but not least, Raiden defeats Dvoral and shows Kungin how useless he is.
Make me feel like shit.
So now, the final results is...
Drum roll, please. I guess I used to like the map pack. Ta-da! I drew this on a notebook, by the way. This whole entire connection picture of like all these characters and their relations. It's not just they're stronger than Shinnok, period. It's who's stronger than who, and that's why they're stronger than Shinnok. So it's like, as you can see from the picture here, Cassie loses to Sub-Zero. That's why like the arrow is pointing towards him. Takeda loses to Sub-Zero, so that's why he's down there. Takeda wins against Ermac. Ermac wins against Quan Chi. Quan Chi wins against KK. The blue one stuff means like they tied because they each got a win. So like Scorpion ties with Johnny. So that's why I put like the little blue line there. Yeah, this took me a very long time, but I was very proud of like coming up with this entire list of characters who are connection-wise stronger than Shinnok. And it's basically almost half the roster. So update, because I haven't been simping for Reptile enough in this video, so I'm gonna add something here. Reptile spits acid into Takeda's eyes, so if Jackie wasn't there to protect him, he would have totally been defeated by Reptile. So Reptile gets to be on this list now too. But yeah, let's keep going.
Wow. That's more than half of the roster in MKX, including the DLC characters.
More than half,
guys,
wow.
Before you all start ranting at me for how much of a punk I'm for doing this list,
A punk? That sounds very cool, man. You could have said anything else, but a punk?
have a theory that can prove this list to be valid. First of all, the developer...
Oh wow, that's where that image came from. The first of all image I like using came from here too, I see.
Want us to believe that Cassie accidentally triggers her secret family abilities,
Holy shit, it does run in the family.
which Johnny used to fight Shinnok in Chapter 1. First of all, really? Green glowy thing is the answer to defeating the devil? And second, Johnny said he only could use this green...
You gotta stop. I don't even know who this is. Why did I use this image, Sonic? Like, jeez, what? You gotta stop with the memes. Like,
Second, Johnny said he only could use this green glowy thing when seeing a loved one in trouble.
I've never been able to resummon that. Raiden thinks it was triggered when I saw a loved one about to die.
Which would make sense if Johnny and Cassie didn't use this already in the story. And it's not even that good. So
Yeah, so my point was like, oh, this is the ultimate power, the ultimate green glowy power that, and Johnny explains that he can never trigger it again. But you can literally see them trigger it in cutscenes and gameplay, like, all the time. Maybe a theory here is that those are two different types of green glowy powers. I don't know, maybe he should have glowed a different type of color when handling Shinnok, whereas in gameplay he can never use that. Like, he glows purple. I'd say purple, like Jade. Jade's not in the game, we can do that. So when fighting Shinnok, then he goes like, oh, purple, oh. But the green is the weaker version that he uses in combat. But purple is the one where it specifically counters like the Outer Gods and stuff like that. I think that would emphasize that better. But the fact that it's green no matter what doesn't explain it too well, in my opinion.
So here's my ultimate theory. Are you ready for Freddy?
Freddy?
Prepare Uranus.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go. What if corrupted Shinnok is weaker than regular form Shinnok? Think about it. In the beginning of the game everyone had a hard time handling Shinnok. And the only reason they defeat him is because they seal him the amulet. Once released 20 years later he immediately blows out Scorpion, Johnny, Sonya and Kenshi. Then he grabs Raiden and insta-beats him. After that he turns into corrupted Shinnok. Now think about it. If he turns weaker in this form, who is the first person he fights in this form?
The only
Cassie
person he
Cage.
fights.
But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
I guess I really like Matt Pat, so that's why I kept referencing him. But hey, you know, I actually think that theory has a lot of merit, because you really think about it, base form Shinnok never loses in the entire game. Yes, he gets weakened by Johnny in the very beginning, but he doesn't defeat him. It's literally because of the amulet. Okay, bring out the amulet. We gotta stop him before we can't. If we don't have this amulet, we're not gonna be able to defeat Shinnok, guys. We gotta hurry up. So technically speaking, base form Shinnok never loses, and that's why my theory is just like, base form Shinnok was actually the strongest thing ever in the game, but by getting power, he became weaker. I still like that theory, honestly. I like this theory more than the green glowy thing was the reason why Shinnok gets defeated. But, as we can see in like MK11, it's now canon, or it's now the most correct way to depict it, is that the green glowy powers is the kryptonite against Elder Gods. That's it. Just look at it that way, period, basically. But yeah, I still think my little theory was very cute. I think this last part is my outro. Let's see what 2015 me has to say at the end of this video.
Hey guys, what's up? SonicHaXD here, and thank you all so much for watching my silly little series. Had a ton
of course, I had to bring out my dog.
I'm really glad you guys like it. Note that this is all just a parody, so you don't need to take it too serious. However, I am curious on what you guys think of this. By the way, for those of you who want me to make more blank suck characters, well, I don't think they suck. I just think they're either unused enough or underrated. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you NetherRealm Studios for making this awesome game. Even though the story kinda sucks. Alright, see y'all next time. Bye bye. Oh, let me add in something adorable. Fatality.
Oh, poor Samson.
Sorry.
He loved watermelons. What's my after credit scene? I think I remember this one. Why do I keep using JonTron? Yeah, I think I did make a couple videos where I just like showing off my dog for no reason, because he's cute, so why not? Also, is that Hatsune Miku in the background? Wait, what? And that was my Mortal Kombat X Sucks series. It's actually quite a lot of fun just looking back at what I did 10 years ago, and I especially find it very interesting because, for one, I was still in school, so this was literally just a hobby for me, and I just did this out of like my free time. I feel like a lot of my skills are very, very amateur when compared to like what I do nowadays. Very fun to see like how I was back in the day. Number two, I was not a Mortal Kombat channel yet. I have no identity or no idea what I wanted to do back in the day. I just decided to make videos that I felt like making. I used to make a best of SonicHaXD back in the day, and this is my thumbnail. What the heck was I even doing back in the day? You can't infer anything from this. Actually, you know what? You can infer exactly what kind of a person I was with this thumbnail. This was just like, oh, haha, this is a funny series. Why don't I try it out? Whilst I was doing, what, Five Nights at Freddy's and Digimon content or something? But it actually surprisingly did pretty well back in the day. So much so that it motivated me to do the Mortal Kombat 11 Slug series. I was like, hey, I had fun with the X series, so why don't I try it again with the 11 series? And that was history. Overall, I'm kind of proud of myself for how much that I've grown and changed throughout the time, and it's very fun looking back and just seeing what stuck around or what didn't, what kind of humor I was like back in the day, and what kind of a person I was like back in the day and stuff. But yeah, thank you all so much for sticking by me. Leave in the comments if you actually got into my channel all the way back in 2015. I know a majority of people got into my channel because my 2019-2020 videos, the Mortal Kombat 11 series, but leave in the comments if you actually watched my Mortal Kombat X series. I see you because he fell off a horse stands out there. I see you in the comments. I know you guys keep bringing up that joke even nowadays. I'm actually kind of curious what other jokes you guys liked from my old series too. Please don't be the insensitive ones. But yeah, happy 10-year anniversary. Here's to 10 more, I guess. I don't know. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you to the developers for creating Mortal Kombat X. See you guys later. Bye bye. Okay, get this hot piece of crap off me! You know the most unrealistic thing about me back in 2015? I did not glaze up Reptile enough in that. I was simping for Devourer out of everybody, not Reptile. Goodness gracious, my brain was not developed yet. Or undeveloped. I'm not sure which one is the right word to use.